is up, people? It's RSMario here, bringing you a Pokemon Sword and Shield video. Alright, so the Pokemon Direct went down this morning, or technically to yesterday morning by the time you get this, because, of course, I didn't get a chance to watch it until I got back from work. So I didn't really get a chance to do what I wanted to do, because, they always put these things on, like people don't have jobs. They put these things on during a weekday. Why don't you put this sucker on during the weekend or something, man? But whatever though. It's but yeah. So this I didn't expect a lot from this. I expected them to talk about Pokemon Home, maybe Pokemon Sleep, and maybe announce a spin-off or something. I didn't really expect nothing major to come out of this. But I definitely got, like, people were telling me like, oh, it's gonna be like Gen 4 remakes, or it's gonna be a sequel to Sword and Shield. I knew they weren't gonna do any of that because the game just came out like a little over 2 months ago. So why would they bust out a brand new game? And this game is barely 90 days old. So they wouldn't. I knew they weren't gonna do that. But I was not expecting this per se. So they've announced that Pokemon is getting an expansion pass, which means, yes, it's Pokemon DLC for the first time ever. And so, of course, I know for some reason DLC is a bad word. I don't know. To me, I like DLC when it seems right, when it seems like it works. And to me, this does kind of seem like it works, because if they announced this today and it came out like today or next week, then I could say, okay, y'all cut this out of the game and now you're selling it to me separate. That's lame. But the fact that this is going to come out 6 months from now, and the second piece comes out 9 to 12 months from now, actually kind of makes it work, because it means that this is something that they actually are building from the ground up for this game. So that means that says to me that what I bought in November was the entire game, minus the lack of the Pokemon. But what I bought in November was the entire game that they had for me, and this is actually extra content and not content that they cut out. So to me, that's great. You can take that as you will. But there'll be two expansion packs. One of them will be Isle of Armour and the Crown Tundra. So of course they're gonna add new locations, new people. Of course, probably new story content. Hopefully we get some backstory on Eternius. That would be nice. Eternatus. It looks like it looks like on the Isle of Armour is gonna be more Asian inspired, because there's a dojo and there's a guy that you train under named Mustard. Of course, there's a new rival that you're going to train with and probably battle against. And they're going to be different depending on the version you get. So, I don't know how different they're going to be, but they're going to be different depending on the version. So, that's actually pretty cool, because technically, it kind of makes you want to buy the other version and play that one too. I'm not saying do that, but it's one of those things you can do, and you don't have to restart your game. So this is literally a continuation. This is post game. They're giving us post game content, so you don't have to restart your game. You don't have to do a whole new game. Even though it will be kind of interesting. No, because you can't get the extra Pokemon too. Yeah. So then, of course, they have more than 200 Pokemon from the past that are coming back in the DLCs. Now, they haven't really specified how that works. So they didn't specify if once Isle of Armour comes out in June, they didn't specify if the 200 Pokemon will be available off the jump, or they're gonna split it up, 100 Pokemon in the Isle of Armour and 100 Pokemon in the Crown Tundra. That's more than likely the way they're going to do it, because I don't really see them doing it any other way, unless they're gonna bring out more Pokemon, which is still pretty good. That means that technically we're gonna get, because every time they release a chunk of Pokemon like this, it's gonna shake up the metagame. Because I'm gonna analyze the trailer later, because it's actually kind of late right now. But I'm gonna analyze the trailer fully, probably tomorrow or later today. Um, but yeah, there are tons of Pokemon that are coming back. There's also a ton of Galarian forms. So, and then not just Galarian, like there's regular Galarian forms. Like they did show off Galarian Slowpoke, and what looks like it's going to be a Galarian Slow King and Galarian Slowbro. So that looks interesting. Like, I mean, that's going to be cool. They didn't really show off the evolutions because they don't come out until each of the expansions come out. But still, that's pretty cool though. And you can get Galarian Slowpoke today, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, it's pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? It's looking pretty clean. Of course, you don't have to buy the DLC to get the game. I mean, to get the new Pokemon. You don't have to buy the DLC. If you wanted to get the new Pokemon without getting the DLC, you can do so through Pokemon Home or through trading. So if you know like somebody who's gonna get the DLC and you want to get like, you know, Garchomp, you know, they can catch, you know, a Gabite for you in their game and trade it to you. Or if you have Pokemon Home and you have Gabite, you can also, you know, bring it over that way. This is just really an update. For if you're not buying the DLC, you'll probably just get an update that will allow you to bring in the new 100 Pokemon from Pokemon Home. It would be nice if if the update just put them in the game straight up, so that you can catch them in like the wild area or something. But yeah, so as far as Galorian forms, we have Galorian Slowpoke, Galorian Slowbro, and Galorian Slowking. Those two are going to be separated between the two DLC packs. So one of them we're not going to get till damn near Christmas. And then of course there's Galorian Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, which I believe are going to be in the Crown Tundra DLC. And then we have Gigantamax forms of Venusaur, Blastoise, and the and Rillaboom, Cinderace, and Inteleon, which Inteleon got a gun. Inteleon got the Draco. Get down. Oh, like the Inteleon one, I had to laugh. Like that was hilarious. The Inteleon, they literally gave this man a gun. That's crazy. So they didn't explain any kind of special moves that these Pokemon get. But they do look crazy. Like Venusaur looks like he just evolved into a freaking Vileplume out this piece. He was just like, look, I'm just tired of being Venusaur. I'm Vileplume now. With the same typing and everything. I'm just Vileplume. You know, and freaking Blastoise look like he Gigantamaxed into a flux capacitor. Freaking Rillaboom looks like he Gigantamaxed into a daggone Luke. He looks like a Lucaria. He looks like a oh man, what's the name? He looks like a Lucio emote. That one Lucio emote that they gave out for I think it was BlizzCon or something. Then Cinderace is literally standing on the sun, like, oh, like these look crazy. And the thing about it is, for some reason, the main three starters, well, like you know, the starters for Sword and Shield, they don't seem to get bigger. Like, I mean, they do have some subtle changes. Like you see, Cinderace got the Super Saiyan 3 ears. You know what I'm saying? But they don't really seem to really change all that much, which honestly is kind of good. It's just that it kind of changes up the Gigantamax thing. Everything around them changes, but they don't change. But yeah, that's pretty cool though. So yeah, I mean, this is looking clean. Of course, at the Direct, they also did announce that they were going to do a remake of Mystery Dungeon, which is actually pretty cool. That was legendary Pokemon. That's right. So there are legitimately new legendary Pokemon that are going to be in this game. So we have Cubfu, Urshifu, and they're going to be in the Isle of Armour. And of course, Cubfu is a fighting type. He's a fighting type, and he plays into the story of the Isle of Armour in some way. He has inner focus, which is pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of a standard fighting ability. And then he evolves at some point into Urshifu, who looks freaking badass. I'm sorry, Urshifu looks awesome. Like, I mean, I've always kind of been into the bear Pokemon, but I mean, they've kind of like, some of them have been good, some of them not so good. You know, but the bear, I've always kind of been into the bear Pokemon, and this is probably the best one. He does have 2 forms. Now, weirdly enough, the forms look very similar. He has the single strike form, who looks like he's about to do some freaking Sagat Muay Thai type of stuff. And now we don't really know what the forms do. But the single strike form, and which is, if I'm not mistaken, dark fight or fighting dark, and then the rapid strike form, which is fighting water. I like the rapid strike form. I just like that stance. It just looks cool. So yeah, you know what I'm saying, that they're gonna be from the Isle of Armour, and then we have Big Brain over here. You know what I'm saying, he got them big brain strats. You know, we have Calyrex. So Calyrex is grass, psychic grass, so like Celebi. And he's like Celebi. He's like if Celebi and like Xerneas had a baby with Zenyatta. That's Calyrex, because he's got like the big Zenyatta like orbs or Buddha beads around his neck. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a deer with those antlers that hold up that big brain. You know what I'm saying? Then he looks cool. Just the rest of his body looks kind of ridiculous. I hope he has like another form or something. Like everything from like the neck down looks ridiculous. Like, you know, they should have just made him like a quadruped. Just go full blown deer with this. I mean, I guess you've already done that, but still, this looks kind of weird. It looks like he's got socks. Looks like he's got thigh-high socks on. But yeah, so this thing was supposedly the king of Galar at one point. We don't really know anything about him because he ties into the story of the Royal Tundra, of the Crown Tundra. So that's gonna be interesting. So this is gonna be clean. Like, I can't wait for this. I'm hyped. Okay, I don't know. I mean, I don't know what people think about Sword and Shield, but I'm hyped. So tell me what you guys think in the comments. I'm gonna do a more full analysis later because I gotta go to sleep so I can start over the vicious cycle that is my life. You know. Alright, so that's about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and as always, people, keep it real.